got a new Homemobile. '07 Honda Fit Sport. I locked the doors. With, you guessed it, if you can fucking see it, a 5-speed manual. Short throw shifter. 279K for 3K. I may have gotten gypped, but the guy told me, in his words, it was driven by a professor that went from Roanoke to Blacksburg down to VT every single day. I don't know how the fuck the old guy did it, but he sure racked up the miles. And loved his manual, too. But what we're working on today, for the time being, is very funny story. When I went to grab the thing, we test drove it and whatnot, and then the guy hands me this. We've got a spare coming in. He's got it at his house. I'll see him on Monday. We'll grab and swap it. I got some other things that I need to get as well. But here's what we've got so far. It's very janky. You're not brass. It's very argumentative, but I got it to hold, and this is ironically the area where the I'll just show you what I'm doing. I'm putting it through here. I'm gonna get this hot and it's straight through, and that should be good. I'll probably end up putting it. I'll probably put some epoxy around this and get this sanded off, all nice and good. And ooh, right. I do have to, the transponder's in here right now just so I don't lose it. The plan is, from what I've found, is that there's a, on the ignition, there's like an antenna, like the ring where it shows the start running accessory mode and shit. You have to have the transponder like right in between the two. So my plan is that once I get the key through this little notch right here, I'm going to set it to the side right here, or to the bottom somewhere, and I'll probably drill a hole and have it sit there. But I want to get this in there first and see how that works. This is what I got. It's a bit lopsided. It may be too long in there. I may have to take this back out somehow. Because it sits right flush with the key, so I'd have to take this back out and move it in a tiny bit more. Not sure how I'm going to go about that, since I added like flares and stuff on the inside to keep it from coming back out. But I guess I'll have to use epoxy on this and let that sit. I've been playing around for the past couple minutes where the transponder will sit. This is about where I've got it. I'm going to see if I can get it closer, inset on the inside, and then I'll just do a layer of epoxy on the inside and outside, and then grind the rest away on the outside. This is going to look ugly as fuck. I was hoping that I would get it to go fully in, but I guess it doesn't matter since it's making full electrical connection through. Okay. That's alright. It's sad that's a bit lopsided. I'll probably get the key a bit straightened out, but yeah, I'm going to get epoxy on this, or I'll see if I can go a bit deeper and see how that works. Got the epoxy on. I made sure to test it before the epoxy fully cured. It works. Unsurprisingly. I scooted it down just a tiny bit more so I'd have more headroom up here. I'll probably add another layer of epoxy, then sand, but it works. Again, lopsided, kind of sucks. Plenty of room on it. I was hoping to have it flush, but it's okay. Then after that, I'm gonna see if I can get like I want to see if I can get this eyelet in there. I'm probably gonna have it off to the side somehow, but also give it enough room so the back of the tang doesn't come through. But for now, I'm just going to let this sit and set and wait and watch YouTube. Although I might go out in my newfangled car with my yee-ass ScrewKey. Once that sets, I'm going to give like a decent instructional of how to get that set up, because the guy that I watched trying to get that set up, because I've seen, so this is going to go on a huge tangent, so just go past this if you need to. I saw on the Ford Ranger group on Facebook about like a lot of people doing like screwdriver keys, so I thought, I might try that. And this is a perfect excuse to do it since my Ranger key's fine, both of them. And this is a challenge because I have to worry about a transponder. And there's actually a couple people that were asking about, ooh, what happens if your vehicle has a transponder? That's how you do it. You got to make sure. It depends on what kind of transponder you have. Some of them have a longer range. Some of them, like mine, since it's from 2007, does not have as long of a range. But the idea is you want to have it like a sweet spot in between the antenna ring around the ignition and right near the key. At least for my Honda Fit, because what the idea is, that little glass tube has a transponder, but it also has like wire coils that zap energy from the key that goes to the ignition and then back to the antenna on the outside. So that way it can send and receive the information that, yeah, this is the right fucking key. Turn the ignition on. Get the gas going. Some of them will have a longer range, like my mom's 2017 Jeep Renegade. You can just set the key like in the cup holder and it still reads it. Mine's not like that. So you have to look up what kind of transponder you've got and all that, and make sure that you've got all your bases covered. Then you can find out where you can put it at. And it also depends, like, with how small my transponder is, I was easily able to get just a little groove set in and smush it in there. Sometimes the transponders are a bit bigger, like the really weird blocky ones. I'm not sure about those. Again, it's just something you have to sort of workshop around, because this is the second time I had to do this key. Because the first time, I had it too short, and I also wasn't aware of the transponder. Or rather, I didn't have as much of a tang, so it was too short and wouldn't allow it to go halfway in and fully in to then go to on. So it takes like a couple attempts. You'll probably go through a couple screwdriver bases. I'm just gonna let this dry, and after that I'll give like a better explanation of how to do it properly without having to take my key apart, because holy shit, I don't have to do this again. While I'm letting that dry, I went ahead and got these in here. These horse blankets. They're okay. I was planning to use these for the Ranger, but I don't know, I feel like they fit better in here. Also the fact that these are actual fucking 50-50 seats and not 60-40s, because Hawaii! Such a bitch. This thing hasn't fully cured yet, but I went ahead and polished up the top where I sort of scuffed at it a bit. It looks okay. This thing looks fine if it weren't for the burnt plastic that's around the tang. I think it would have looked okay. Outside of this is obviously going to be an issue. But once this fully cures, I'm going to sand at this and get the contours back into it. These grooves, probably not. But I will see if I can flat sand this top a bit, because there's still some residual stuff on it. But I think I'm just going to go ahead and get this thing on the road and just see how it works. Oh, no, wait, I still got to get this motherfucker in there. Alright, it's all set up. Janky as fuck, but hey, you got a good handle right here. A lot better than this shit. The one thing I don't like about these older transponder type keys is the fact that the tang is so fucking shallow. This is where it would usually sit right here, and it broke off right there. What? Why would you do that? Why? This works a lot better. This would be a very nifty spare key. Or I'll probably just use this as a daily. Fuck it. I'll keep the spare somewhere like tucked away. For the time being, I will get some butyl rubber in between here just to make sure that water doesn't get in and eat away at the board. But I'm ready to go out and grab, you know what? Maybe I'll grab some steel stick. I might grab that and get that puttied around like this lower section right here, and then sand that, and then make sure that matches up with everything. But yeah, all right, that's it for this one. I'd say this is a hick success. Yep. And tomorrow we got to work on the Firebird again and move some shit out of the way. Yeah. Easy. Yeah. Oh, it's got a driver's side mirror. Oh my god. I've been looking for one of those. But does the passenger side have one? It does not. What? Why would the driver need a what? I don't know. I seriously don't know. I'm gonna go ahead and get the shop cleaned up a bit, and then I'll start heading out. Yep. That piddly little exhaust.